Leading up to the Pokemon Go Fest Max Finale event is going to be the Dark Skies event, and this event is going to be filled with a whole bunch of Dynamax Legendary battles that you do not want to miss out on, and I'm going to be talking about it in this video, so let's get right into it. Alright, how's it going everyone? Jinsula here with a brand new Pokemon Go video. I hope your day is going really well, and let's get right into it. So today we're going to be talking about the Dark Skies event. This is supposed to be a lead-up event to Pokemon Go Fest Max Finale, and it is definitely going to be filled with a whole bunch of content. They're not going to be focusing on wild spawns or anything like that, but specifically they're going to be doing a whole bunch of stuff with Dynamax battles. Specifically, you're going to be able to get a whole bunch of Dynamax Legendaries, but you really shouldn't ignore the raid bosses as well, because we are going to be getting Zacian and Zamazenta back in raids, and that is a pretty big deal because their crown forms are incredibly powerful right now. So yeah, without further ado, let's go over all the details for this event, and then afterwards let me share some of my thoughts. The Dark Skies event is going to be starting on August 18 at 10 o'clock a.m. local time, and it's going to go until August 23rd at 10 o'clock a.m. local time. At that point, we're going to start Pokemon Go Fest Max Finale. So yeah, this is the event that's going to be leading up to that major event. Now, the featured Pokemon is going to be a whole slew of Dynamax Legendaries, which includes Dynamax Articuno, Zapdos, Moltres, Raikou, Entei, Suicune, Latios, as well as Latias. These are, of course, the Dynamax Legendaries that have been released so far, and if you missed out on any of these Pokemon from Dynamax battles, this event will be a great opportunity for you to pick them up. Now, Dynamax content is going to be the entirety of this event. From Monday, August 18, we're going to see both Latias and Latios in Dynamax battles, and then on Tuesday, August 19 and Wednesday, August 20th, you're going to see Articuno, Zapdos, and Moltres. And then from Thursday, August 21st until Friday, August 22nd, we are of course going to get the remaining legendaries, Raikou, Entei, and Suicune. Again, if you missed out on any of these legendaries, take note of the dates and then make sure you go out and complete those Dynamax battles. Get some friends together to take them down. They are not that difficult as long as you are well prepared. But also alongside these Dynamax battles, we're going to see the following raid bosses in 5-star raids. You're going to see Zacian and Zamazenta from August 18th until the 20th. And then on August 21st, you're only going to see Zacian, and then on August 22nd, you're going to see Zamazenta. Keep in mind that these are not the crowned forms, so you will not pick up crowned energy, but you could potentially pick yourself up a high IV shiny, which you could turn into a crowned form version of it. Also, you're going to see the following Pokemon in 3-star raids, Galarian Farfetch'd as well as Galarian Weezing, and this is going to be throughout the entirety of this event. And then in 1-star raids, we're going to get the return of Sinistea, which is one of those Pokemon that players actually raid for, considering there is a super rare version of this Pokemon. Now, there's going to be some special raid hours during this event, which is actually going to give you the crowned forms of both Zacian and Zamazenta. On August 21st, there's going to be a raid hour for Crown Sword Zacian between 6 o'clock p.m. and 7 o'clock p.m. local time, in which you're going to be able to get the crowned energy for this Pokemon. And then on August 22nd, which is the day after, we're going to have a raid hour for Crown Shield Zamazenta, and that is also going to be from 6 o'clock p.m. to 7 o'clock p.m. local time. And yeah, like I said, you're going to be able to get the crowned energy for Zamazenta, and that is pretty key because Zamazenta is actually really powerful for both raids, PvP, as well as Dynamax content. And then finally, these are going to be the event bonuses during this event. You're going to see more power spots than usual that'll be active. Power spots will refresh daily, and then the limit on max particle collection will be increased, and the remote raid pass limit will be increased to 30 from Monday, August 18 until Friday, August 22nd. So yeah, in terms of content, it's specifically all about Dynamax battles. Yes, they're going to be rotating legendaries every single day, which I think is a pretty good move because you do not want to have the same legendaries pretty much the entire time. But I do think that this is pretty niche. When it comes to this Max Finale event as well as this Dark Skies event, it essentially is only catering to those who really care about Dynamax battles, but that doesn't really make up a lot of players, in my opinion. I do talk to a lot of people regarding what they actually enjoy when it comes to Pokemon Go, and it seems like the consensus is that Dynamax content really isn't hitting the spot. It's just kind of there, and I think for a lot of players, they would have preferred having additional content. Yeah, they're going to be bringing back Zacian and Zamazenta and raid battles, but there's not going to be some special wild spawns. They're not going to do a whole lot in terms of non-Dynamax content. So I think for that reason, some players might find this to be disappointing. But if you do care about Dynamax battles and you want to pick up some Dynamax Legendaries, then yeah, this event is going to be extremely good. But overall, I think it really depends on your taste. If you're someone who really enjoys Dynamax content, then yes, there's a lot here for you to look forward to. But for everyone else, it's essentially going to be something that you do not necessarily have to prioritize. But the one thing I will say about Dynamax battles is that it is a great way to pick up legendaries, and if you need candies for any of these Pokemon, it is certainly a source of that. Like if you need XL candies, you can certainly pick those up. And I do think that for Dynamax content, it is actually a lot of fun. If you're someone who has not yet engaged with Dynamax content, maybe this will be a good time for you to do so. But in any case, that's going to be it for this video. Let me know your thoughts regarding this Dark Skies event down below. Are you looking forward to it, or are you one of those players who just simply does not care about Dynamax content? And what are your thoughts regarding Zacian and Zamazenta? Are you excited to get their crown forms if you have not done so already? Definitely share all those thoughts in the comments, and let's have a great discussion. Thank you so much for making it all the way to the end of this video. I really hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe if it's your first time here, and don't forget the notification bell so you can stay up to date on whenever I upload videos. And real quick, let me give a shout out to all of my patrons on Patreon. You make this channel content possible. If you want to support the Content Solo channel, the best way you can do that is going to be by joining my Patreon. And if you become a paid Patreon member, I'm going to add you to my Pokemon Go friends list. That means for stuff like remote raids, the friendship system, opening and sending gifts. If you want to play Pokemon Go with me, then make sure you go and check out my Patreon. I'll put a link to it in the description below. And if you want to support my channel in a completely different way, you could do so by following me on social media. My handle is @Jinsula. I'm on the platforms you see on the bottom of your screen. Make sure you go over there and give me a follow, and you'll have access to some exclusive content, and you'll be able to keep up with my daily life. And that's going to be it for this video. And before I leave, let me just say, you are awesome. Make sure you tell yourself that today, and love yourself, and I will catch you all later.